I don't usually do this, but it's going to be a conference between the Iran and United States of America, I understand, next week. I don't know. And I usually don't do this, and I saw this guy. He has a good program. I like his program. He was involved in MK Ultra, and I just came across the video about which it is a video pertaining to Iran. A good video, but I do not entirely agree with. And so this is the video I dedicate to Vladimir Putin's attack, I should say Moscow bombing 1999 and 2000, and September 11, 2001, Twin Towers bombing of the New York. New York is not the capital of the United States of America, but it, to most of the people, when it comes to United States or issue of United States of America, they believe it's in New York that is a capital of United States of America. So it's definitely the two are, somewhere in rank the same thing is what I'm trying to say. New York is not far from Washington, D.C. anyways. And so I think a very important video for the Muslim community, for the Islamic community, and especially for the Islamic Iranian state. You are meeting Americans, and they're going to ask you questions, and I will provide for you a totally legitimate answer to what Americans believe. And I'm going to say Americans necessary, but Zionists, let's say, belief is your biggest dilemma. Let me solve this dilemma for you.
Masters aren't interested in bringing a true democracy to Iran. They're interested in their oil and their expansionist goals. Iran
True. Absolutely true.
Has the third largest oil reserve in the world.
Absolutely true. Everything he's saying, absolutely true. And as I said, I love his program.
They did the same thing in Iraq, Venezuela, Palestine, and many other countries. Now, this doesn't
Absolutely true.
mean that the protests in Iran aren't organic, but they are also fueled by foreign intelligence.
The protests in Iran are foremost fueled by the foreign intelligence. Foremost. I could actually say they're totally fueled by foreign intelligence. And maybe, just like in every other country, the case would be, there is also a portion of the population that is, I would say, native, organic, whatever the case might be. From a small problems to big problems, I would say 100% the protests in Iran are fueled by the foreign intelligence. So this is an issue that I disagree with, because from the small problems, it's always the big problems that grow up. It's the dissatisfaction that grows up, it gets into the conflict with the state. State is always trying to establish control. I should say maintain control within the state, and then one thing leads to another. So we do have a big difference of opinion here.
Create the problem, spark a strong reaction from the population, which is usually manufactured by the Mossad, the CIA, and MI6, and
absolutely agree with it. Totally agree with it.
Then replace one dictator for another.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with it. This one already was overthrown. This was a war criminal. This one caused a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. He killed a lot of Iranian people. Shah Pahlavi, under was no circumstances a democratic person of any kind. This was a brute. That's what you call a brute.
more polished one that will hide under the veil of democracy but ultimately serve the one world government agenda. In 1953, they overthrew the democratically elected Prime Minister of Iran, Mohammad Mossadegh, because he nationalized the oil industry for his people. And then they installed the Shah, who said in an interview with Mike Wallace that most of the US government and the media are controlled by Israel. That was
absolutely true. Yes, that was in 1976. Absolutely true. Everything absolutely true.
It was in 1976, and in 1979 came the Islamic Revolution, which is the current government. And today they're trying to install the Shah's son, Zionist puppet Reza Pahlavi.
Yeah, very, very, very puppet. Very, very, very puppet. And the moment he wouldn't be puppet, he would have bombs hanging over his head. That's another issue. That's another reason why it makes no sense to appoint him.
So on one hand, the Iranians don't want foreign interests running their...
Yeah, Iranians definitely don't want foreign interests running their country. I don't think there is any country in the world that want foreign interests around their country. A little earlier I missed on one world government. You do understand what that means, one world government. That's Western domination of all the governments, trying to get as many governments on their side as possible. That's one world government, and crush everything else, destroy everything else. We are actually witnessing this kind of game.
Their country, but on the other hand, they also don't want to live in fear under the boot of a corrupt radical Islam. They want...
Oppa, this is what I don't agree with it. Completely do not agree with it. The problems were started by the foreign power in Iran. It was all by the foreign power. And now let me demonstrate what the difference here is between me and this gentleman here, whom I, however, do appreciate. He's got an independent thinking view. Let me remind you what you should tell Americans the week that you are meeting American delegation in Munich. Let me demonstrate you. They're going to talk to you about, they're going to say to you these issues: Republic of Islam, Islamic radicalism, Republic of Islam, oppression, many people killed, many people jailed. You tell them like this, you tell them. You tell them like this. You tell them like this, you tell them. You tell them like this. Many people jailed, many people killed. Why did you not intervene? Why didn't you dare to go to Belarus and intervene? You ask American side. You ask American side, you say, Belarus, many people killed, many people jailed. What happened with you? You have so many people homeless. You have so many people jobless. You are violating democracy in so many ways. Your constitution is a piece of decoration. Your Bill of Rights is a lie. Many people revolted, many people jailed, many people killed. You didn't even dare to do peace. You tell them about this one here. You ask them. You tell them what happened. Many people jailed, many people revolted, and America be watching only from far away together with the Britannia and commenting on the mainstream media. What happened? What happened? You ask them about this stuff. You ask them. And then remind them of this thing here. Tell them why is the Islamic Republic. You tell them why is Islamic Republic of Iran. He was elected by the Irani people. The Irani people want it this way. You tell them. You tell them. You remind them who declared the war on Islam, who declared the war on Muslim people. Tell them why you have your right, why Islamic people decided to run Islamic State, why Islamic State. Remind them of September 11, 2001. That's all you do. That's your job. That's the only thing you do. You do this, they're going to shut their mouth. They're never going to talk shit again about Islamic Republic Iran. Why? It is a matter of Iranian people to make choice. You do understand that September 11, 2001 was a war declaration on Islam. You do understand September 11, 2001 was a pact between Russians and between the Americans. War on Islam. You do understand that. You don't actually have any fact, anything that would dispute what I stated. By the way, show Americans a map of what they have done. Talk to them about that. And you can freely question the authority of Donald Trump to exist as American president. And very heart of the so-called Americans, of American and of the British democracy, the so-called British constitutional monarchy and American so-called democracy. You have every right to question them about this issue. Tell them why Islamic Republic of Iran. Tell them why Iran, Islam, Islamic Republic of Iran. It wasn't the Irani people that came to America. It was American Jews, British Jews that plundered Palestine after 2,000 years, if they ever even existed over there. They plundered Palestine and created extermination, genocide procedure against the Palestinian people, to which we witness very today. Iran, you need to talk about to the world about why Islamic Republic of Iran, why Islamic Republic of Iran. I agree with this man on a lot of issues, but it's nobody out there in this world that has the right to lesson anybody about why Islam, why Islamic Republic of Iran like this and why Iran like that. Yeah? When you're going to clean your shit in United States of America and in the greater of the Great Britain and in the greater of the Größe Deutschland and in Italy and in France and in Scandinavia and in Norway, I should say, Sweden, Finland, and all your beautiful countries that you have, which you have bombed the shit out of, Muslim world. You destroyed Afghanistan, you burned Iraq, you burned Syria, you burned Libya, you burned Egypt, you burned bunch of countries to the ground for the people to have no means of existence, no ability to self-support, to present them to your societies, and of course, and to the world as a rapist, as an invaders, with your actually issuing them invitations to come in your country so that you could plunder and do more damage overseas in Middle East and so on, from where, by the way, you already have caused such havoc. I mean, I just saw this video here. I think it's actually quite priceless.
Which countries did Britain loot the most? It is based on the estimated value Britain extracted from each region during the colonial era. At number 5, we have Malaysia, with an average loss of around $350 billion, as Britain extracted tin and rubber back to the UK. At number 4 is Kenya, losing roughly $400 billion, taken through land grabs, forced cash crop farming, and exports controlled directly by British companies. At number 3, Nigeria was drained of about $600 billion as Britain taxed local populations and shipped palm oil and minerals straight into British industry. At number 2, South Africa lost an estimated $1 trillion driven by British control over diamond and gold mines whose wealth flowed into London. And at number 1, India suffered the biggest loss an average of $45 trillion. Britain took everything from cotton, spices, and textiles to precious treasures like the Koh-i-Noor diamond.
You do understand the message here. You do understand the message. You get the message. Are you run by the Lucifers over there in your country? Do you have a Satan over there sitting as a king of the England, as a king of the Britain? Do you have a Lucifer sitting inside of the White House? Me, myself, I'm not Islamist. I'm not Islamic. I am not Muslim. But I can understand their point of view, but I cannot understand your point of view. Look, based on my case, what you have done with me. And you have just heard some very, very interesting data from other countries from abroad, from all parts of the world, about your presence from the past and where this whole thing is heading to. I think you're in no position to assert to Iran anything about how they should be governed, by whom they should be governed, etc., etc., etc. I already reported today. It was very bad. It's, I understand now, actually even worse. Iran, if you don't have anything, if you don't have anybody, if you don't have the way, if you have a difficulty, look, I am not Muslim. I'm not Islam guy. Show them my video. Show them my video. Just show them my video. Send them this video. Let them see this video. And ask them what is the problem with Islamic Republic of Iran. Ask them a question. Why not Islamic Republic Iran? Why did it bother you? Ask them, why did it bother you, Americans? Islamic Republic of Iran. Ask Americans. Ask Americans. It's a land of the brave and of the free. This is a country of democracy. This is where the democracy is. Everything is free. You go to any kind of work, any kind of job you're going to take. First, you have to sit down, and they're going to talk to you. No allowed discrimination. Not against the race, not against the, I don't know, against the gender, against, especially religion. Religion is a big one. No discrimination against the religion. No discrimination against religion all the time. No discrimination against the religion. And you have Jews dressing themselves in those haikacha, the way they dress themselves up, and they walk the streets with those chains and, you know, with those twirly, fucked up hair, basically, style. You know, they make themselves chukpa. They make themselves so that people see. On one side, they watch genocide in Gaza. On the other side, they see them. You know how they go, because that's a religion, and you're anti-Semite. You understand? If you say something against the Jew, you're anti-Semite. Here, they are killing Semites, but that doesn't really matter. So Americans are, and especially the British, are extremely, extremely, extremely cautious when it comes to religion. They are extremely, extremely, extremely respectful toward the religion. They would never violate anybody based on religion. Show them this fucking video. Show them this video. Remind them of Moscow bombing 1999 and the wars that Vladimir Putin sparked. What Vladimir Putin have used the Moscow of 1999 bombing, and what his comrade, his very good ally, his very good friend, George W. Bush, have used within year and a half, September 11, 2001 for. Just show them this video. If you cannot, ask them these questions. Because they talk about Islamic Republic of Iran. Islamic Republic of Iran. Iran people, Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran, not democratic. Killing people, imprison people, Islamic Republic, radical, not democratic, but killing over their people inside of Gaza, very good. Lebanon, very good. Jüdische Lebanon, very good. Chutzpah, very good, at the expense of Palestinian graves, very, very good. Show them. They already know about this stuff here. They don't want to see it. They see nothing, they hear nothing. They have the so-called American Democratic Party, and they don't know anything about why Islamic Republic of Iran. They don't understand anything. They're all against, they're all for democracy, and they are very tolerant. They're looking for that tolerance. These are a very tolerant people. They're looking around the world because they want the whole world to be tolerant. You talk to them about these issues, and I was going to show you another issue, a very important issue pertaining to this one here.
Freedom and basic human rights. So this is a tough spot for them, and they need our support. So if you're chanting Free Palestine, you should also chant Free Iran, because
not really, I don't agree with it.
On top of,
if you want Free Iran, then you're gonna have to look into your own American government, present them this video, and you start to ask them about why not Islamic Republic of Iran, because you are 100% correct about one thing. The problems in Iran were jump-started by American Central Intelligence Agency and the British MI5. And unlike the case was with the Belarus or with the Russia, where they imprisoned, they killed, they make people disappear, people escape abroad to other countries, also all kinds of agents undercover presented as refugees, etc. But all in all, you have a very, very, very different approach. And you seem to be very, very, very worried about the world of Islam. Islam is something is hurting you inside of your ass. It seems to me like you have a pain in your ass. It seems something troubles you in respect to Islam. You don't think when you say Free Iran that you have a problem in America, like a big fucking problem? Watch this video again.
Having a dictator, Iran's been struggling since the US and its allies crushed their economy with sanctions and tariffs, which isolated them and made the life of the average citizen very difficult. But that's part of the playbook to
I agree with it.
give Iranians the illusion that they need to be liberated from their current regime, which at this point would be a good thing. But whoever the savior is, it's not who's being presented right now. The real saviors are the good people of Iran coming together and demanding better for their lives and their children.
If only good people of Iran would understand this message. And I think the good people of Iran actually understand this message, because Israel is doing absolutely everything possible to make it understandable, that message. On a day-to-day basis, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Jewish truth, this is what the Jew from the White House, his truth looks like. Isn't that a Jew from the White House? Donald Trump, John Kushner. Isn't that a Jew from American White House who was extremely disturbed with Hamas? Hamas killing its own Palestinian population. And when in fact it became evident that the Jews murdered about 600 Palestinian people since the so-called truce. So why is it that this Jew from this American Jew, Judah from the White House, well, he's got married a girl here from Slovenia, just about 20 kilometers from here, Melania Trump. She's also from Slovenia, like I am. Isn't it maybe time Isn't it maybe time that you Americans maybe clarify why is it Islamic Republic of Iran? You clarify why must be Gaza extermination procedure genocide. Who the fuck are you trying to convince about your things? Who are you still trying to convince about that you are something legitimate, that it is at least something legitimate about the stuff that you do? Whenever you think about Islamic, again, about Islamic or whatever fucking country out there, that it was a people's will to overthrow whatever puppet, whatever dictator, whatever the case might have been. It might have been that you helped them overthrow a dictator. I didn't like Gaddafi, and I didn't like Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein had a trouble. He ran into the troubles. He was looking for the troubles. He was looking for trouble with everybody. There are certain people I don't have no reason to advocate. But whenever you people make decisions that you want to make changes in a certain country and etc., 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 then I believe that you should have more proofs on your hand that something is wrong with that country, that something is necessary to change, that that country is actually a threat, and not what the case is. I mean, in this case, you have completely exposed yourself to the truth. This is extremely, extremely pathetic truth right here. This is poor. I mean, who the fuck are you trying to convince? Who the hell are you trying to convince about your good intentions for Iran, or Iran not having a democracy at least equal to the one in the United States of America? It's like gentlemen mentioned, oh my God, these people being under the fucking sanctions cannot even buy themselves necessary medications and stuff like that. And then you wonder, why is it they are so radical? Why is it they are trying to arm themselves, save the money, and etc., etc., etc.? I mean, you are definitely not hiding your intentions, and you believe actually the rest of the world is going to say, oh yeah, man, Iran, let's go and fuck Iran up. We are here. The liberty is here. We're here to liberate you. Is there like a bigger dictator, like the one in London? Or like the one in the Washington, D.C.? Is like any fascist, neo-Nazi bigger fascista than that? We had a problem with the people like this just 80 years ago. We got a problem again with the same kind of people, the same kind of problem. What exactly is here not to understand? Ukrainian people are paying enormous price for your fucking American incompetence. Ukrainian people being decimated like a fucking grass. Like you have fucking cut the grass. Like there's no fucking tomorrow. Eastern Europe is on fire. Eastern Europe was on fire. Chechnya, Dagestan, many countries already disappeared. Tomorrow might be a war in Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. Some other country might be smoke on fire. When the hell does this agreement that you, I should say, your American president, and this one here, when the hell is this stuff going to expire? Do you see where the summit was? When you write Bush, Putin, you get the name Slovenia right there. When the hell is this shit going to expire? This kind of stuff. Quinn knew that this guy is not going to be popular. But that doesn't mean that these people don't have agreement with one another. That doesn't mean that these people don't have agreement with one another. Some can be more exposed. Those are ministers, I should say prime ministers and presidents. Others, such as royalties, must not be exposed as much. because are there to stay. People paying awful, tremendous price for your incompetence, stupidity, which I demonstrated the best of my abilities, and I know I did state-of-the-art job. I know I did a very good job. Right there. Create a beautiful reminder. Right here. You can see it. See it every fucking time you come on my blog, you see it. It's not to go anywhere. It's to stay over there. What the hell is it here not to understand for you to fucking understand and respect other people's will? You are dressed up over there as a Jew. What the hell? What fucking part of this you do not understand? You answer to me this. Which fucking part of it you don't understand? As always, thanks for watching this video. Look at me, I'm sleeping right there. Look at me, I'm so exhausted, I'm so tired. Look at me, I'm all... This was a long time ago. I think, I don't know, maybe... I don't even know. First grade of the high school, maybe. No. Or maybe, yes, no, maybe first grade of the high school or something like that. I have no idea when that was. I like it I like it this way. Do you like it? You like that, huh? I didn't change. I left that for you so you can see how I sleep, how I'm tired, how I'm falling apart, huh? Do you like it? Do you like it? You're gonna fucking like it. Even if you don't like it, doesn't matter. You're gonna fucking eat it. As always, I'm gonna say thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you do understand now why the Islamic Republic of Iran. Islamic Republic of Iran. Get the fuck out of Iran. Get fucking lost from Iranian Gulf, Gulf of Iran. Get fucking lost. Bid it. The fuck out. Back. Wherever the fuck you came from. Home. Get fucking lost, scum.
The US and their Zionist masters aren't interested in bringing...
I just answered the question, do you know why Iran is called Islamic Republic of Iran? And it's giving a very, very, very technical answer. Look. I think it's Islamic Republic of Iran, wherever the fuck you want to be, wherever the people want it to be. I think it's because of the Shah that it's Islamic Republic of Iran. Because they didn't want that British constitutional monarchy style of life in their country. And Zionists were really closing in. And I think that's it. That's about it. However, it could be that they might have not even be anymore Islamic Republic of Iran if it wasn't for the factors that I mentioned over there in the video. You certainly have to admit that the hostility which West displayed toward Iran is totally unprecedented. It is unprecedented hostility, animosity, and it's not only toward Iran, it was toward Syria. Syria, this is where the Russians and Americans competed with bombs, no? It's from one side the Russians and from the other side the Americans? No, wasn't it? Wasn't it Russians that wanted American intervention in Afghanistan, fearing Islamist movement? Wasn't the Russians that had war in Afghanistan before Americans arrived over there as the last one? Russians had a lot of trouble brewing with Dagestan and Chechnya and all these little countries that they invaded, killed numerous people, slaughtered. I cannot help but it's truly surprising, the stuff, the way I see, the way that these refugees are treated across the European Union today. Completely in protocol, according to the protocol with the Moscow, and that includes Germany and Poland. And I mean, I am just saying, I mean, it's fucking unprecedented, the stuff that you started to brain massage people about democracy. It's fucking hilarious, especially when you consider my case. And I'm American citizen, and I'm European Union citizen. And Soviet Union and Yugoslavia literally ceased to exist because of me. And I started to have a second thoughts about everything.